Good evening and welcome to my Saturday evening. This is absolutely wild. It's about 9 o'clock at night and I'm sat just looking through photos from this year and I'm having a great time. So I thought I'd do a bit of a season review. I don't know if I can call it a season review since I'm not a pro athlete. It is just the events I've done this year, but I just thought it's good to sort of summarise what I have done this year, especially as I didn't really pick this vlog up until midway through the year. So I sat down and I thought, how can I sort of quantify whether it's been a good year or not? So I first looked at my sporting performance. Have I hit the targets I wanted to? No. Some targets I've absolutely smashed and some I haven't. But when I was thinking about it, the more I got into it, I don't think that's the point of if it's been a good year or not. I've had a bloody good time, done some amazing things, been to some amazing places, and regardless of performance and results and everything else, it's been absolutely brilliant. The people that I've met and spent some time with this year are awesome, and places I've been, awesome. So yeah, amazing. Right, I'll kick off with arguably my biggest result ever to date. Now I'm learning this sort of new software I'm using to edit vlogs. It's DaVinci Resolve. If anybody's got an experience, please give me a dummy's guide. So these photos should be popping up on screen now. So this first photo is the Ely Hard Riders 25 mile TT. Now they call it Hard Riders because the course is hard. It's not particularly hilly because it's in the fens, but it's windy. It was in February. It was cold. It was horrible. I stupidly ran a deep session front wheel and I got blue all over the place. It was horrendous. However, I was 16th overall on the day, and more notably, I beat Lucy Charles. Lucy Charles turned up for some reason. I mean, she was probably mid-training block, and I was fresh as daisy, but okay, I beat her by about a minute, so I'm calling that. Actually, I can't call that 1-0 because she beat me at Outlaw Half. 1-1, Lucy. These next few photos, so in May I went to Mallorca with South Normanton Cycling Club, which is the club that I'm a member of, and I'm going to be living a lot closer to next year. This is one of me at the Lighthouse, which is a really common little about 20-25 mile ride from Porto Pollença, about 2,000 feet of climbing. It's a real nice little ride. It's a nice little place to go. These next couple of photos are from Sacalobra. Give it the beans up there. That was a tough old day. Shortly after Mallorca, I did Outlaw Half Ironman, so 70.3 distance. Here's me on the bike. I had a decent bike split that day. I struggled in the last 6 miles or so. I really blew up a bit, but then I put together a decent run for me, so I didn't blow up too bad. That was 2:27 bike split. That's my PB for a half iron distance. Obviously, hope to obliterate that next year, but you know that was good. One of me on the finishing shoot on the red carpet. That was the first time I'd ever been under 5 hours for a half Ironman, so I was really happy with that. I did 4:57, which was made up of a 37-minute swim, so plenty of room for improvement there. 2:27 bike, and then a 1:46 half marathon, which took some doing if I remember, but yeah, it was alright. Moving on to later in the year, so photo of Liz and I at the Culford Sprint Triathlon. It's only a sprint triathlon, but it's quite local, and there's a few of us locally who all bring their A game to this event, and we all play it down, but actually people are tapering for it and all sorts. And it's a really good little fun event. I came 5th overall this year. I did a quicker time than I did last year, but I was 2 places lower than I was last year. It just depends who turns up, doesn't it? But I was first on my age group, as you can see with my little medal here, which now takes my medal tally up to 2 overall. So I think it's time I should buy a cabinet. Probably the triathlon of the year for me now, Ironman UK. So this is me going over the finish line. I just remember sort of the emotion sort of hit me then, and just sort of, you know, just taking it all in, and there was the lady saying you're an Ironman, and you get your medal and you go in the feed tent and stuff, and it was just amazing. This photo on the finishing shoot of me and Liz just having a minute. Give her a quick kiss as I was coming down the finishing line. The other halves, those that train for Ironman and triathlon, they put up with a lot. Oh, I'm not cooking tea tonight. I'm going on the turbo for an hour. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. She's a big supporter of mine. I won't be in the position I am today without her. So I thought, you know, take 20 seconds out of my time to say thank you on the finish line. Photo of me on the bike course. That was awesome. Me on the run course. That's not so awesome, but got it done. On one of the hills, got one of the wrestlers in the spandex with the music pumping. That event was like no other. It is absolutely unbelievable. If anybody's thinking about doing Ironman UK, just bloody enter it. It is absolutely wicked. The support is unreal. Following Ironman UK, I took some time off of running and swimming. I don't really swim anyway, but time off of running and focused on the bike for about 6 to 8 weeks. And then I did the Haute Route Alps, which is a 7-day stage race, sort of sporty / stage race in the French Alps. We went from Megève to Nice. It's point to point. I've got a whole separate playlist of videos if you want to scroll through my channel a bit. It was in August time this year. These next few photos are from various stages. So there's people around me on some points, and some of the club mates around me. There's one with James. Me and him worked together a fair bit on a couple of days. When I say work together, as you can see, I sat on his wheel and morally urged him on. After that was done and dusted, I carried through some bike fitness to Triathlon and Triathlon. Hadn't really done much running after the Haute Route, but it was only 5k, 20k, 5k. I managed to place 4th overall, which I was very happy with. I was probably a bit more happy with the fact that I had the fastest bike split the day, and I came off the bike in 1st place, and I've never ever led a race. And now I passed Tom, who was going to be local to me, triathlete, with about 30 seconds of the bike course left to go. I came into transition first, and then I messed up transition. I managed to come out of transition 3rd. So I led the race for about probably a minute in entirety, but I'll take that. Me just shaking hands with somebody at the finish line. And then we're talking about events and things. I also like to set myself a few challenges throughout the year. So this year and last year, Tri-Sinai have been for a stupidly long ride. So his next photos are a couple from, we rode 253 miles in a day. That was epic. I don't use that word very often, but that was. It's more mental than it is physical. I think you get to a certain point where you physically can do it. You just got to keep that low tempo going. But mentally, it's just such a long way. But he's a great guy and super fit. So it was great to go along with him and sit on his wheel for 252 miles. Then not really event wise, but we went to Kona later in the year. Awesome. Me with Bob Babbitt here. What a great guy. Or I spoke to him a few times during the week, and he's always got time to talk to you. Such a nice guy. It was awesome. Riding on the Queen K Highway, sort of feeling the conditions the pros have to go through. Speaking to Jan Frodeno, it sounds like unreal now. I'm actually saying it, but even at the time I was a bit gobsmacked by it. Following coming back from Kona, I've not really done a great deal, not any events actually. Just been getting my head down training. I'm nursing a bit of a knee injury at the minute, so I'm not on the bike, but I'm picking the running up nicely, and it's coming together okay. Versus this time last year, I'm about 30 watts up on my threshold, so my maximum 1 hour power on the bike. That translates to cycling a bit faster. So it's a fair bit of difference, but there's still some improvement to go. Probably more importantly, I'm 12.5 kilos lighter now than I was at this point last year, so the power increase on the bike and being a bit fitter running really comes a lot easier with being lighter, and that translates into faster results. Okay, so that in a nutshell is my 2018 season. So thank you very much for watching. If anybody's got any questions about any of the events I've done, any sort of training I did for the events or lack of training for the events, just pop the questions down below. I'm happy to answer any questions. Equally, if anybody has got any events planned for next year that perhaps they're doing for the first time, or they've got any events to recommend to me, perhaps you've got your own little challenge where you go into your next longest distance in triathlon or something, just let me know. I'm happy to sort of follow your journey if you've got Strava or anything. That's about it. So I suppose all that's left to say is have a good new year. I hope it involves lots of food and drink, etc. And I hope to see you at some point in 2019. Thanks for watching.